This is the Life Never Ends podcast, where we put it out there so it lives forever. Oh shit. We good to go now. So what, we gonna start it like this, like you said?
Don't you have to do like this whole talking thing before?
Oh, we ain't gotta do shit.
Yeah, that whole wait. If you want to record a podcast,
No.
is that pre-recorded?
Yeah, that's pre-recorded. All that's pre-recorded. And if y'all hear dogs fighting in the background and a fan, we're sorry. But yeah, we're how many days we are into this?
13.
13 days into Ida. And we're literally the
I
room.
can't take you serious.
You can't. The room
You
that
and Trent just be sitting like this talking to each other.
But the room that we normally record in, this is where we have been living in for the last 2 weeks. Don't be banging on shit. It's gonna hurt people's ears.
Well, the dog's about to break each other's jaw.
Y'all just bear with us.
Come on, get up here.
We're drinking I'm drinking twisted tea.
You're drinking a twisted tea because you didn't grab me one.
You want me to pause this and go grab one real quick?
Chicka-boom.
Whatever that means. I don't know where I don't even know where you want to start with this. Where you want to start? You ain't got nothing to say. Appreciate it. Thanks for the fucking input. Thanks for the input on that one. Where you want to start? That's all I get out of the situation.
Dude, I asked you on the way here. So, like, what are we going to talk about? You said, I don't know. We're just going to keep on talking and one thing leads to another.
All right, yeah, let's talk about our storm experience. How was the storm for you?
You give your storm experience.
My storm experience was these dogs, bro, something else.
He's trying to sit on me right now.
I'm going to take a picture of this. What the fuck is going on here? All right. Yeah, well, my storm experience, to start off, I wanted to stay so we could preserve as much as we possibly could.
Salvage. Was your words.
Because we thought we was coming back to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Correct.
And then halfway through the storm, I start basically shitting on myself.
No. Restart. Not even halfway through the storm. It started to get like real windy around like 10 o'clock in the morning, whatever. By 1 o'clock, you had your running shoes on. You were ready to run away from the storm, freaking the fuck out.
So you think I just, at that time, I put my running shoes on, like preparing, or did I have my running shoes on all day? I don't remember.
No, you said I put my running shoes on. Like, I'm prepared to go. I'm prepared to run if we have to.
Yeah, because I was. Like, what if the roof would have flew off the house?
I mean, what do people do in that? They just hide in a room and hope that the storm passes? Like, you think they get in their vehicle and they leave?
No, but didn't you hear about people, like, leaving their house and
their
running?
whole roof didn't come off. Roof came off parts of their house. So, like, they stayed in a part where the roof was on and just waited for it. You can't leave in a 200 miles an hour wind.
Yeah, but
some people ran to their neighbor's house next door because they knew their neighbor.
I was ready to go to the neighbor's house.
The neighbor right there wasn't even there. They just came back.
I don't give a fuck. I was gonna break the door down.
Y'all don't live by us ever.
No, that's what I was thinking though. I had a million things going on in my head. I didn't even know what I was gonna do. But I was prepared for whatever. Mimi, lay down.
Can you pause this so I can like get the dogs off of me? Cause this ain't comfortable.
Yeah, I can pause it. Dogs are so aggravating sometimes. But that's a different story for a different day.
Maybe we can have a dog podcast.
We can have a bunch of podcasts if you think about it. Like what you said earlier, a relationship.
I'm about to take over, just saying. So
you're gonna take over my podcast?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Doesn't it sound better with the headphones on though when we're talking? What are you doing, Reed? Bro, this is where whenever video comes into play with a podcast because
Reed.
Cheyenne's covering the. See, do like your sister and lay down. Lay.
Anywho, go on.
Go on about what? I'm drunk. I don't remember where we was going with this conversation. What the? Oh my god.
He just plopped.
Yeah,
Onto
straight on
Alan.
my ass. Straight on my private part.
This podcast is gonna be so messy.
Yeah,
What
no,
did she hear?
you don't hear anything. Anyway, so our fucking storm story.
I was fine.
Yeah, Cheyenne the whole time is sitting out on the patio, just enjoying
If I
herself,
would have had a beer, I would have been drinking a beer.
like it's vacation or some shit. God damn it, Reed. But yeah, it was not vacation. I was scared for her because like if
You
something
were scared shitless.
yeah, because if something would have came flying through and chopped your head off, what am I supposed to do in that situation?
You were so loud, like in this headset. Like your mouth is covering the microphone like this. Meanwhile, I'm just chilling back here.
All right, fuck. You teaching me how to podcast. All of a sudden, I've been podcasting for
Like,
over-
am I loud enough? Cause like,
No,
I'm-
you're fine. No, you're fine. Because I can edit the shit afterwards. So it really doesn't matter how loud.
oh my god.
You see the.
Yeah, I see you yelling. That's what I see.
All right, well, I'm going to be quiet. Is that I'm too loud, too quiet now?
Anywho, you were scared shitless. I was all right, sitting on the patio. You know, when I seen the pool deck kind of come up a little bit, that's when I got nervous. But I went inside, watched behind the door, sat there and ate snacks, and
Yeah, I didn't even see the pool deck come up because I wasn't even watching. I was scared looking out the other window.
my thought process was, I want to see if a tornado's coming at me. No, I can't stop it. No, I can't stop the tree falling on the house, but I can like alert. You know,
It just
alert
sounds like a
someone.
dumb logic to me, though.
Okay, but sitting in a closet and a tree falling on the house, going, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, but I wasn't trying to sit the whole time. I wasn't trying to sit into a closet.
That's where you wanted to go.
Oh, yeah, whenever the worst part of it, like whenever I felt like we was in the eye wall, I was like, yeah, we should go sit in the closet because shit is getting fucking real. But for the most part, I was like, all right, let's be on our feet just in case something hits the fucking like something goes crazy. You know? Because we didn't realize how bad shit was as it was going on. But afterwards, whenever we went ride around and see everything,
We were
didn't
like,
they
oh
put it?
shit.
Yeah, didn't they put a different perspective on it for you though? Like,
Oh yeah.
like shit really could have went south.
No, absolutely. I mean, 100%. People lost everything.
Yeah, I mean, we're in a sticky situation 13 days later that we didn't think we would be in, which is
We'll update y'all a year from now,
Yeah.
6 months from now.
just mold and all this nonsense in the trailer. But I mean, everybody's dealing with that.
Yeah, that's why I'm really not stressing about it. Everybody's going through shit. I mean, everybody's dealing with the loss of their house or restarting, rebuilding. I'm just thankful at the end of the day. Not thankful. It sounds ugly to say, but that's not our home. That's fucked up.
It's not even that. We still have our lives. We can
I
still.
still have my life. Like, I still have all of my things. None of my things molded. But at the end of the day, that's not my hardworking money that trailer was given to us. So I don't consider it a terrible loss. Like, the sofa was there. We didn't pay for the ice box. We didn't pay for any of that.
And
We
looking
paid for
at it,
our things. So, like, it's not a terrible loss for me.
right?
So I get
and
some, like, Kristen freaking out because their trailer, like, their insurance is going to cover that. But at the end of the day, that's theirs. That was their home.
yeah, and like this, what we got going on, like really, if we wanted to move back into there, we could salvage it if we wanted to.
We could. I don't want to.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
here for the next step.
Of course, we're trying to. I don't know. I don't even know what the next step is at this point.
I mean, you want to figure out the next step on here?
On here, I don't know. Should we? Or
I
should
mean, dude, I was reading you and Michael's text message. You agreeing to finding you a fixer upper and whatever, and then meanwhile I'm on a page that let's buy a house out of state. So I'm like, what the fuck is you? I mean, the only time you talk about anything is on here.
on a
so
podcast?
What's up?
I know. I don't know. Like it's
You
so
have to weigh out the pros and cons. Like you have to like talk about all the options, and you don't do that. Like you just like, okay. And lately I've noticed you start agreeing to shit and then just to shut me up. And then it just backfires on you.
You see, this is when the conversation gets spotty.
In anything to say, sir?
Yeah, put the microphone to my face. Like, yeah, I mean, I've talked about wanting to leave, but I don't know if it's me wanting to run away from what's going on and wanting to, like, I've talked about joining the army. I've never talked about it on the podcast, but like wanting to join the army and this and that and get away and like have a restart or some shit. And I don't know if it's just because I
Because
want
you
to
want to get away
restart,
from the bullshit.
but no matter what, we're gonna have bullshit.
We will have bullshit, but you have to find that fine line. Like I know how to separate myself from shit. Like at 16 years old, I mean, this goes down to shit. Like for example, like I knew at 16 years old, instead of letting my mom kick my dad out the house, I said, "I'm gonna leave you one day anyway. Why not me just leave?" I took myself out the situation. And guess what? If it came down to it to where I would never have to talk to my dad again because he was an uncontrollable drunk and I couldn't stand it, then I would. Just because he's my dad doesn't give him the right to treat me the way he does. Just because he's my dad doesn't mean that I have to have him in my life. Thank you for bringing me into this world, but that doesn't give you a free pass to treat me like anything. So at the end of the day, you have to learn that fine line. Not saying your parents treat like shit. I was just using that as an example. They don't. But at the end of the day, you have to find that I don't have to deal with this bullshit. Just because you're family does not mean I have to at all.
But that was just a phase in your life.
Yeah.
Like now,
I mean, my dad's still a drunk. I go when I know when I have to leave, don't I? I'm like, all right, let's go.
yeah. But like we all going through different phases right now, and everybody right now is in like in this region right now is in a fucking phase
Of what?
of just nobody knows what to do. I feel like I don't know what to do. Like I'm trying to
At
take.
this point, I feel like it's all about risk. Like you have to take the chance. You got to get uncomfortable, right? You got to get uncomfortable, just like with working out. You got to get uncomfortable. You got to be uncomfortable for a little while. You're gonna hate the way it feels to work out. Like I know once I get back in the gym, I'm gonna feel like fucking dog shit.
Yeah, me too.
You got to get uncomfortable for a little while. So like you were just such a security type of person. Like you want that security knowing that, hey, I know I live where I live. I know I can pay my bills. I know I'm okay. I have that security blanket on me. I just, not that you're scared, you're just so like calculated. Like you like to know the ins and outs of everything,
But
which is smart. I think I benefit from this a lot in the long run. But at the end of the day, it's all about a chance. Like I 110%. I mean, when we get down to talking about kids, I don't want kids till I'm like 32.
but I'm always talking about taking risk.
But you
But
don't.
yeah, that's what I was about to
So
say.
like
I'm
we
always
talked about
talking
moving to
about.
Colorado. I don't want to move to Colorado so you could do whatever the hell you want to do. I want to move somewhere where it's cold. I mean, if I could move to Alaska, I would.
Why?
I like the cold weather. I like stuff like
What
that.
is in Alaska though?
Cold, it's all ice. It's cold.
No,
I'm just saying, like, I want to live somewhere where it's beautiful. Like, I even thought about Georgia. Like, Georgia is a beautiful place. It snows. Guess what? If I'm going to live in Georgia, I might as well live in Louisiana. I don't want to live on the coast. All those storms that come off of what Africa and everything else, if they not coming to us, they're hitting all of that right
Did you
there.
see that thing the other day? That the reason that the storms come off of Africa is because the old African slaves, that's their ancestors or some shit like that. Like
No,
it's
I did not see that, and I don't read that.
It's their spirits coming off of Africa and destroying us.
Well, who was Ida's ancestor? Why was she so mad?
Yeah, but she was mad at us in the South down here.
Well, whoever pissed her off.
She made
Thank
the gas.
you.
Whoever pissed off made the gas lines long as fuck.
Thank you. I'm out of gas right now. Putting gas in my car with a gas can.
Yeah, and with these dumbass safety locks on these gas cans, I couldn't even put gas in Cheyenne's car. It just don't work.
It does work. It was the user trying to use
Shut
it.
the hell up. I even had a funnel and all this nonsense, and it just didn't.
Oh,
Don't work.
Lord.
Don't work. I could put it in the generator all day, but I try and put it in your car, it don't work. Just not that gas.
You weren't hitting the right spot. All right.
I'm gonna hit the right spot a little later, but we gonna.
Okay, you're gonna take that out of this. You're gonna take that out of this.
I'm not taking that out of
Yes,
this.
you are. You're not gonna talk to me like that on the podcast. Come on, dude. You
Come
don't
on,
talk.
dude.
You don't tell Trent or Jacob that.
Yeah,
All right,
because I'm
well.
not trying to
All
do
right.
nothing nasty with them.
All right. This is a business.
Oh, it actually is if you think about it.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. Anywho, back to taking a risk.
Yeah.
Take a chance. Like, we don't have to move to Colorado, but like, what about? I mean, I really don't want to move to Texas. It's hot as hell. I mean, Barry and Brendan said they were snowed out for months in Midland. That's like a different. Like, that's. I think that's more up Texas, 16 hours away
That's
from
just
here.
about as far west as you can go.
Yeah.
West.
So they were snowed out.
Northwest.
They had. I mean, it was beautiful. Barry was showing me pictures and stuff like that the other day.
But like, that's not all the time. That's like
No, it's not all the time. It's
once-
152 degrees all the time over there. I don't want to live in that.
That's just once in a few years or some shit.
Like, what about Wyoming? What about Illinois? What about? I really would like to. I don't want to.
Chicago.
Okay, I told
Illinois.
Lexi that.
I don't know anything about Wyoming. Why would I ever want to go to Wyoming when I don't know anything
It's
about it?
beautiful.
I know Colorado. I can go there, like snowboard.
It's not just about that either. Like, I
and
want to
smoke
live somewhere.
pot. It's something.
No,
Or being a, like-
yeah, smoking pot, so cool. Like,
So
you
cool.
sound dumb.
But is it not a city? Is there not like cities there? I don't know.
There is.
What is
There's
name?
a lot there. Okay, so someone I want to reach out to is Micaiah Ritchie. You went to school with her.
Yeah,
You graduated with her.
we went to
Her party, the party at her house. Yes,
for homecoming. We partied there till like 5 a.m.
she up and she went there. I'm pretty sure she might be using her degree over there, but like she solely lives there. So like I just want to ask her like what made you want to up and move there, and like
But
what are
What
like,
state
what are
she
some-
lives in?
Colorado?
But what name?
You said
me,
what state?
no. Name me one city in Wyoming.
Denver, Colorado.
Denver? No, in Wyoming.
Oh, Wyoming. She don't live in Wyoming.
No, but you said you would want
Cheyenne, Wyoming. That's the city I know.
Oh,
It's actually the state capital. Cheyenne, Wyoming.
that's why you want to live there.
Cheyenne.
Same as your name.
I don't want to live there because it's the same as my name. I just know that it's beautiful out there. I've seen many pictures. It's beautiful out there. Like I want to move somewhere where it's pretty. Like people think the bayous down here are pretty. That to me, that's not pretty. That's
Yeah,
ugly.
But you've
Swamp.
seen that your whole life.
It's not that I've seen it my whole life. People down here who've seen it their whole life think it's beautiful and cough, God's country.
I mean, it is.
What is your dog eating? What is she eating on now? Is that a piece to my shoe?
Bro, we're living in a fucking 10 by 10 square over here with 2 dogs. Big ass dogs. What is that?
Braden's croc. It's literally Braden's croc.
What that is? 3 pairs of shoes in the last week?
Yeah, we're so used to locking them up in a cage, like in their own kennels when we leave the house. So now we don't have that here because it's like, 400 pounds?
The kennel?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not coming here. Just can't.
Well, I was explaining what their kennel isn't coming here because it's so heavy we can't carry it.
Yeah, but we can't get one of those. Don't we have a black kennel?
I
Or
think I
had
gave
one?
it to someone. It might be. I
But
might have
we
gave
had
it.
2 of them at some point. We gave one to your mom,
Yeah.
and then
I think I gave one to like Trudy or something. She is messing with all the nozzles on there.
Mimi. Nothing. That has nothing to do with you, girl. Go somewhere else with yourself.
I think I gave it to Trudy or Jenna.
No, we'll find one. We're gonna have to.
No, I gave it to Kristen because Kristen gave hers to Jenna or Trudy. One of them.
Yeah, something like that. We'll find something. Next time we record a podcast, we're gonna leave these fucking dogs outside. Reed's cool. Mia just don't stop moving on this damn bed. The night that the generator stopped, like what it was, 2 days into the storm or some shit, and the generator started freaking out like 3:30. What were your thoughts? Started freaking out.
What, when you couldn't get it to start after second crank?
Yeah, in the middle of
Oh,
the
I
night.
was literally freaking out. And then when you called for Braden, I said, "Oh, and y'all probably."
Yeah, because I don't know anything about now. Now I know a
Do
little
you
bit.
not want to leave because you don't want to leave your brother behind?
Yeah, I don't want to leave Braden. There's no chance in hell that I want to leave him.
Well, then why don't you ever say that?
I mean, that's like he what he's in 10th grade right now. 2 years, which you still have a year left of school.
But I've asked him, "Do you want to leave?" And he don't want to.
He doesn't want to now because I mean he has friends, but he doesn't really have. I don't know. It's hard to figure him out right now. Like I don't know. We've kind of bounced around as a family, so it's not like he's been having these best friends his whole life.
Mm-hmm.
So him moving, I don't think. I mean, yeah, it would affect him because him living in this neighborhood right now. I mean, he has Hunter, his friend Hunter, which that he's
He has
learned.
Andre. He
Yeah,
has.
I mean, he's learned a lot from them, like
No, yeah.
all these engine stuff with the
I
four
just
wheelers
want.
and
I
this and
mean,
that.
you need to remember that too. At the end of the day,
I definitely don't want to leave him,
no, yeah. Can't also live your life through him either.
but I don't want to leave him. Like that's my. I almost feel like it's not my son, but like
Oh, he
it's my
looks up
dog.
to you a lot.
Yeah,
He
it's
looks up
it's
to
my
you.
brother. Like I mean, he doesn't know his real dad.
We're talking about this.
I mean, why not?
Oh, I mean, he listens to it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not.
If anybody listens in 20
Cough,
minutes,
cough. If your name's Chad, fuck you. There we
yeah,
go.
yeah. If you're Chad, I mean, if you're that Chad, if you're
That
any,
Chad.
yeah, if you're
Because I
any,
know a Chad and he's great. So.
yeah, if you know, if you're, yeah, whatever. But yeah, if you're that Chad, fuck you. But I mean, he made a great kid.
Oh, Braid, I literally plead. I wish everybody can hear me. Well, everybody will hear me if they listen to this. But like, I plead my case about Braden all the time. Like, Braden's a good kid.
He
What the hell were
just
you doing at 15, 16 years old?
way worse than what he's doing at
Exactly.
15,
He's
16
literally in a
years.
mud hole in Mississippi riding his four wheeler.
Yeah.
What?
Like I've tried to give him beer to drink, and he just won't do it. What he drank one beer the other day with me, and I had to basically force it down his throat. I wasn't forcing it down his throat, but like,
No, but he's not interested in that right now. I mean, he is interested in some things, but
yeah. Well, I'm glad that he's not interested.
he's
in
not
that.
interested in drugs. He's not interested in going to parties. Like, he doesn't do things like that. He's quiet. He's still shy. He's quiet. Now
But
he's
he's
got a
not
little
around
attitude for
us.
hell, but
Around us though, he's not like shy or anything.
no, not us. Cause I mean, he listens to me scream and bitch all day long.
Yeah, everybody does
Oh,
that.
I
They could,
also back again what I was saying at Carrie's. I heard you and Braden going off about me.
about
Whenever
what?
I said I didn't want y'all taking my crates, he goes, "She makes no sense." And I almost put my head out of the house and said, "I don't give a shit."
Well, you probably didn't make no fucking sense.
No, because
at
I
the
didn't want
time.
you taking any of my things because you were gonna break them all. You almost broke the stuff just out the living room.
Look, whenever we're trying to move out of a house in one day, tempers are gonna be high.
Yeah, especially when the one making me move all of my things in one day doesn't supply water, food, any alcohol, not even hot water. Supplies nothing and expects me to move everything with nothing.
First off, I had hot water, had a case of water in the back of my truck.
Oh, well, I didn't
So
even want the
you
hot
fucked
water.
up right there.
Oh.
Two, you rushed me out of the house so fast. Come on, come on, let's go. How am I supposed to get anything ready whenever
Oh, it
you're
all boils down to me, huh? It's all my fault. Pish posh. Come on, next
yeah?
thing.
But who solved all them problems?
You, because I turned into a mad woman.
And then yeah, I went get an ice chest. I'm gonna get ice. I'm gonna get twisted teas for you. I'm gonna get put more water in there. I'm gonna get Michelob. I want to get whatever just to satisfy everybody that was there.
Does this make noise? Oh, wait.
It
Oh,
does make noise.
that's cool.
Hit another one.
Let me see what they do. Let me figure out what they are.
Yeah. Hit the pink one.
I fucking pissed myself, dog.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Wait, what is this? Is this off of like a porn website? Oh. Why you don't ever hit these? This is you.
Yeah, that's me. I forget about them, honestly.
Sports talk.
Wait, no, we're not using that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, turn them off. What?
You keep pressing them. You gotta press it again and it'll stop.
That was you when I asked why. I don't remember what I asked. There was literally crickets. Okay, now I
Excellent.
know what they are.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different little shit. I could add whatever to it too.
Boom, boom, clap.
That's a good one.
Boom, boom, clap. Clap.
Main topic. I've made that. Main topic.
Anywho, next thing. Yeah, we gonna still talk about Chad or no? Your brother's a good ass kid. I
No,
love him.
fuck Chad. Move on.
He don't even deserve to be talked about that much.
No, he really doesn't. I don't know. What else? What else? What are we gonna talk
Don't you
about?
have a
in this
little
first
note in your
yeah,
notebook?
I did, but Reed's on my pocket. I can't even get to my phone. I don't have any notes, honestly.
What are your thoughts on day 13, no electricity?
I mean,
What did you learn from this experience? What did you learn?
I learned a lot about carburetors from the first generator.
Oh my god, that was funny to listen to. Excuse me, y'all. That was cool to hear in my
It's
head.
funny with the headphones, huh?
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah, I learned a lot about carburetors. Because I don't know a lot about engines. Like, literally, my little brother, 15 years old, taught me about carburetors and shit like that. So now I can take apart a carburetor, put it back together, figure that out. What the fuck are y'all barking at? And I feel like we just living at the camp. Like, I feel like we're... Shut up, dog.
Stop talking to my kids like that.
They barking at something. Yeah, I feel like we're living at the camp. I fried food like 5 times in the last week or 2. And I don't ever fry food. Like, my diet is so fucked up from what it was before.
For real. Like, I completely cut out drinking, and
We've been
I looked
drinking
at
every day
drinking
now.
as it's not worth the calories, and this one tea has... I don't even want to see it.
It has 5% alcohol.
No, it doesn't tell you to... Wow, my hours are really messed up. Anywho, I don't even want to know how many calories is in this, because I wasn't drinking at all. We've been drinking every day. We've been going to Kaylee's. We go visit Kristen and Gavin. Like, everywhere we go has...
Yeah, but what
shit.
I've been doing is... What I've been fucking up doing, I've been trying to wake up early, get shit done, clean yard, figure out what to do with the trailer, this and that, and then after lunch, after I eat, I end up hitting a wall where I want to take a nap, and then my naps never end up being like 30 minutes to an hour or anything like that.
No, you literally get up fist fight and throwing a damn fit because I didn't get a 15-hour nap.
Yeah, I need like my naps are like
You
sleeps.
need... No, I'm not going to say this because I'm really cocky. You need me because at the end of the day, I try to get you up after 30 minutes and you're literally pissed off at the world. Do you know why you get so mad, like, whenever you're taking a nap? Like, why people wake up mad?
Why?
Sleep too long. You know how you know when, like, you sleep too long? Like, there's phases to sleep. People really don't pay attention to this, but there's, like, phases to sleep.
Break it down.
I don't know all of the phases per, like, how they are, but you're in, like, a light sleep, and then you go into another one, and then probably
Deep
another one.
sleep.
Then you go into a deep sleep. And when you fall into a deep sleep, you're asleep. For a nap, that's sleeping too long. So what they say is how you know when you're in a deep sleep, like you fall asleep with your hand up, and when your hand drops, that's when you wake up.
It's time to get up.
It's time to get up. Most people, a nap is 15, 20 minutes, and then your hand will go. Boop. And once your hand drops, you're going into a deep sleep. And that's why people get pissed off because they take hour naps and they're like out drooling on themselves. And they wake up and they're like, God, I just feel like shit, or I feel like I slept too long, or whatever. Or you wake up in a bad mood.
Yeah, swinging.
Takes you 30 minutes just to get out. Okay, I'm not trying to keep looking at her, but she's trying to get underneath that microwave now. Like, what are you doing, Mia? Is something crawling in here there's a frog. That's what she's getting. Look, it's on the blow up mattress. Look. Look, it's hopping.
Yeah, well, can't really see it from here.
It's literally hopping.
I see it now.
That's funny. Anywho, so
Yeah, I've watched.
my sleep is ruined. My eating habits are ruined. I've probably gained 10 pounds if I had to guess.
I've probably lost weight, honestly.
And I need to call Anytime Fitness. Well, yeah, you've been in the sun. I'm not a sun person.
Well, no, not even.
Okay,
Be quiet, dogs. I probably
I'm
lost
gonna have to
weight.
go get the. I'm gonna
The
have to go
frog.
get the frog. It's not gonna stop.
I fucking pissed myself, dog.
I'm back.
And we're back. Ain't that the best sound?
You ever peed on yourself before, like in your sleep?
No, but you have.
Okay, next one.
I mean, why ask me a question if
Okay,
you know
so
you
back to what we said. You learned a lot about carburetors. Your brother taught you a lot about that. Anything else you learned?
Anything else I learned? I learned that if something down south happens like this, that people all of a sudden assume that New Orleans is what needs to be helped.
Correct.
When really, see, I haven't been to New Orleans, so I don't know exactly what's going on there. So I'm not gonna be like, oh well, they don't need no help.
They're
But
back up and running.
I don't know that.
They
for the most
are.
part. Okay, well, we know that. Okay, since you know,
Like the airport's back, flights are coming in. Like they have power.
right? So we've learned that the news stations don't give a fuck about
No.
South Louisiana, and
No.
they like it. What is it ever gonna take, or will it ever happen to where that they will actually give a fuck about what's going on down here?
I don't.
But I don't even think it really matters because, like everybody's been saying, these people are so resilient down here. We're gonna rebuild, no matter
we
what.
will. And that's one thing. Like I say, I don't like this place. I say it because I physically don't like this place. I don't like the bayou. I'm not this moss loving, brown water loving girl. Like that's just not me. But the community is A1. Where are you going? What you doing?
Fix my headphone.
Oh. The community's A1. They come together no matter what. They're gonna rebuild. It's just so I mean, everywhere you go, so everyone says this to me every time I say I want to leave. I guess it's their way of trying to get me to stay, but there's disasters everywhere you go. I'm like, yeah. I'm not moving to Earthquake City. I'm not moving to Tornado Alley. Like, if there's a snowstorm, there's a snowstorm.
Where's Wyoming though? Is that not in Tornado Alley?
No.
Where is it at?
Pretty sure Tornado Alley is like Arkansas.
Just Arkansas. It's more than just Arkansas.
No, they call it Tornado Alley because there's so many, like, it's so open.
Yeah.
I think it's Arkansas. It's one of the states because
I
one
mean,
of the girls.
it is up there.
Huh?
It is above Louisiana. We have to look it up. Honestly, now I'm curious.
I only know
I don't have
that they
enough
call it
internet.
that because one of the girls in my school is leaving to go there. She's like, I'm terrified of bad weather, but I'm literally moving to Tornado Alley.
We literally was just in a big ass fucking tornado.
Yeah.
100.
What is he doing?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're right.
It really doesn't matter. He's underneath the bed, but I don't know how to
He
poodle.
found something.
I don't know how to poodle is underneath the fucking bed.
He can stay there.
You put this on Facebook a week ago that we was gonna do a podcast.
Yeah.
It's been about a week,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I feel like I kind of fucked that up, being an asshole or something. I just kind of ruined the us doing a podcast at that point. I like you. You know that.
I'd fucking hope so.
I'm gonna stop that with my toe.
I stopped it with my finger. So that's all you've learned. Like the community comes together. You learned a lot about carburetors. Anything else that you learned? Anything that you were like,
I learned that if a zombie apocalypse would fucking happen,
a who?
a zombie apocalypse, apocalypse,
Okay.
am I saying
Apocalypse.
apocalypse,
Apocalypse.
whatever. If that would fucking happen, we would be in a fucking shitstorm, and it would be so quick that it wouldn't like most people wouldn't last long.
Okay, can you elaborate on that?
Because how long were those lines for gas? Think about it. If you don't have a stockpile of stuff, you are fucked. What you gonna do? You have ammo right now to fight off the zombies?
Okay, I'm not going down this rabbit
No,
hole with you.
you just asked me to elaborate. Do you have ammo to fight
No.
off? Okay. Do you have food?
No.
Do you have
No.
gas? You have anything?
No.
All right then. We're fucked.
Okay, we're fucked.
Okay.
Aren't we about to have as you
No.
call it, a zombie apocalypse in a couple of
Okay. Say this. Say the grid gets cut off. No
who?
the grid.
Okay.
No electricity.
Uh-huh.
Nothing like that gets shut off for months at a time. All because we have a solar flare. Okay, we have a solar flare. You know what a solar flare would be? Something from the sun come down. Why are you breathing so fucking heavy into the mic? You sound like a solar flare. But think about it. That comes down, boom.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm
You
just
don't know what
asking you,
s-
what did you learn from the storm? That's what I asked you. What did you learn from this?
I just told you that we'd be fucked if something's
Okay, we'd be fucked.
catastrophic
Guess
would
what? We
happen.
all something catastrophic did happen. We are all screwed. But
But-
we're only screwed because so many things are down right now.
in this area. But just imagine if the whole United States was down.
Okay, I don't want to imagine that. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. Like I don't want to. I don't.
Okay, well, what did you learn?
Oh,
from
there we
this?
go. There's a good question. I learned that I should be more appreciative for the people who work in the sun all day long. I know that I need to, instead of start bitching about every time my light bill comes in, be thankful that I have lights, thankful that I have running water, thankful that I have a roof over my head. Like, you need to be more grateful about things. Like, you need to appreciate what you have while you have it. And that's so cliche to say. People always say, oh, be thankful for everything you have and appreciate it while you have it. Like, even talking about people wise, like, appreciate them while they're here because you're not going to have everyone forever. But literally, like, my lights, like, I've never wanted lights so bad in my life.
Yeah, because once you don't have something, it makes you want it.
Like, literally, let's talk about how I was bathing, okay? First of all, I'm not someone that goes outside and sweats a lot. So I bathed Saturday night. The storm hit Sunday. I took me a nice hot shower, Saturday. Sunday hit, didn't sweat, slept on the sofa. Oh, excuse me. I don't think I bathed Sunday. I probably didn't bathe for, it's going to sound nasty to say, like a complete full head to toe shower
It's
for
a few
probably
days.
like 2 to 3 days. I did wash what I needed to wash, whatever. I did the bare minimum. But as far as like actually bathing, whenever I started to take a bath, I was like, everybody's bathing in their pool, this and that. I couldn't bring myself to it. And then I was like, I have to bathe.
You have no other
I
option.
have no choice.
I had because I had
So,
at that point I had
My
already
first
bathed.
bath was taking pool water because we just like bleached the pool water. My first bath was taking a 5-gallon bucket of water and going to put that in the bathtub, and I kind of sat in it, which we also had bleach in the water too. But I sat in it, and I took a little wash rag, washed my body, whatever. And that's how I took my first bath. And then I was like, okay, Then I eventually started standing outside the pool with a watering can, washing my body, hair, everything, like making my own little shower, little wash rag, had the face wash outside, like the whole nine.
Yeah, I
So,
even have to hold the watering fucking. These dogs, bro, don't stop. I even had to hold the watering thing over your head. Like I was watering flowers, but instead of watering flowers, I was watering Cheyenne's head. But whenever decided to shower outside, I was like, you know what? Fuck all that. I'm getting butt ass naked outside, and I use pool water, bathe like that, cause. But it just felt so much better after I showered.
yeah, no, I felt like $1,000,000 after every time I showered. It was just a thought process, and taking microbiology like just makes me think of things a lot differently. You just don't realize how many little bugs are out there. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're
All I can think about was bugs swimming in my water, getting in my skin. I mean, yeah, all I thought about. She's chewing on something else again, but I don't give a fuck at this point.
everywhere. 13 days.
So, yeah, I've learned to appreciate things while I have it, not after I have it. I need to just, I mean, keep that thought of, and I also learned how much, like, it sounds silly to say, but just communicating with people. Like, I think it was for like 2 to 3 days. Like, I couldn't get in touch with any of my friends after the storm. My parents,
Yeah,
nothing.
not even your parents or anything.
I couldn't get in touch with them.
And like my dad and my grandma were out of town and whatnot, and like I couldn't get in touch. Shit, I couldn't get in touch with them either.
I've just learned, like, how much communicate. Like, I need a good bit of community. Like, I can't just go without talking to anybody. Like, not saying I didn't have you to talk to or Braden, but we were just all felt like we were up shit creek with
Yeah.
no paddle.
But
So
just think about like
I appreciate my friends more than anything. They're the only thing keeping my sanity.
whenever like before we had the technology we have now, and like there was that
Oh,
storm.
you were forced to talk to the person next
Well,
to you.
no, not even that, but like it had that storm on Last Island. You ever heard of the Last Island storm? Elaborate.
Yeah, the one.
You know what Last Island is?
Mm-hmm. It ain't really there no more.
Yeah, anymore. But back in the day, like early 1900s or some shit like that, or maybe even late 1800s, there was a hotel out there and stuff. There was like an actual city on Last Island. But the reason that's not there anymore is because there was a storm that came and nobody knew it was coming. And it literally took everything out. Probably like a category 5 storm or something came through and took everything out and killed everybody that was on the island. So yeah.
Yeah.
But just
I mean,
imagine
that's
imagine
how
not
it-
knowing a storm is coming.
I
At least
mean,
we have the technology
we
to
do.
know
We
that that
absolutely
storm's
do.
coming.
I mean, people all around. This happened for years and years that people didn't know. The storm Betsy that they're comparing Ida
Yeah,
to.
that was 1969 or something
They
like
didn't
that.
have a warning for that.
Yeah, not like we do now.
They had really no warning for that.
Well, because they don't have the technology. They didn't have the technology
Yes,
to
the warning
spread
they
it.
had, the warning they had wasn't like, not talking about social media.
Yeah,
They didn't have the warning that they have now.
it didn't spread as fast. Like, yeah, some people knew, but not everybody.
No, when I mean they did not have the technology that they had, they did not have the amount of technology, satellites, airplanes flying in the storm. Like, they didn't have that.
Yeah.
They knew there was a storm coming. They didn't realize how big it was. They never knew how big it was.
But even
It
if
hit
some
and it
people,
destroyed everything.
but if the meteorologists knew how big it was going to be or thought they knew how big it was going to be, it's not like they could be like, go in the news and spread it out to tell everybody.
No, that's what they had radio stations for. People talk through radio stations. But I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, when I mean technology, I'm not talking about the social media part. I'm not talking about TV part. I'm talking about literal technology, the way they found out about a storm. Like, back then, way back then, you know how they knew when they had a storm coming, a bad storm coming? They literally had metal things in their yard. And when it started to spin really fast, making noise, they were like, oh shit, something's coming. That gave you maybe 6 minutes.
You're thinking about Twister.
No, that is not just Twister. That's how they figured out for storms. Like, you got to realize when people go looking for twisters, it's because it's a storm. You don't just get a tornado on a daily basis. That's just poof, a storm's there. Something gets. I mean, you could, but like water spouts, that's usually in when they have bad weather. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how they told. That's how they told that shit before. So yeah,
Be a move.
you know, I wanted to be a tornado chaser as a kid.
Because of the movie Twister, huh? That is a very good movie, though.
It's pretty badass. Makes me want to go outside and chase tornadoes.
It made you want to go outside and chase Ida.
That movie is the reason why, like, I'm so interested in weather.
Like, I like weather, too. That's why I really
Bad
get...
weather don't scare me. A bad thunderstorm don't scare me. Rain don't scare me. Like, none of that scares me. Flooding doesn't scare me. Like, none of that scares me.
That's why I didn't want to leave. Like, it's a... My thinking was, it's a once-in-a-lifetime storm. When would we ever be able to see that again?
Your dog is literally growling at me.
No, she's whining.
You're gonna pause this?
Or we can just end it and do another one tomorrow.
Why do we have to end it?
I mean, we don't have to. We're 43 minutes in, though. Whatever you want.
Can we please pause it?
Yeah, we can pause it. We're back.
Chicka chicka pause.
Now, if you're still listening to this and you don't go eat Honest Abe's barbecue, something's wrong with you. Tell them about them wings, Cheyenne.
Okay, you went about that the whole wrong way. Like, y'all, Honest Abe's is the place, like the place to go. Like, y'all should try that place. Instead of saying, if y'all listen this far in and y'all don't eat Honest Abe's, then something's wrong with you. It don't make no sense. Anywho, Honest Abe's today, everybody's been like giving back to the community. You know, everybody's out of a job. I mean, I'm currently jobless. Probably gonna be jobless until like January, February, if I had to guess. But he cooked wings. It was 6 wings with macaroni. It was either
You counted the wings? I didn't count the wings.
I'm
I
pretty
just
sure it was
ate
like
'em.
6 wings.
I mean, it probably was, but it was so good I didn't count them.
It was 6 wings. The flavors we had was barbecue and buffalo. They didn't ask you the flavors you wanted. They just gave them. With mac and cheese, and it had a little thing of ranch with it. And he gave, I don't know how many, he didn't write how many plates. Oh, excuse me. He didn't write how many plates it was, but he gave back a good bit. And just, I mean, anything at that point's good enough. I mean, you're giving back to the community. You don't have to cook for everybody in the community. You're not gonna, people can't cook for everybody, but everybody's giving back. People are cooking their
And
own
they're
stuff.
always giving back.
Honest Abe's
Honest Abe's always giving
gives
back.
Always. Trey's a hard worker.
Yeah.
The east side had a little bit of damage, and Trey had that up and fixed within days after the storm, so they're good to go. So they'll be good. But Trey's a hard worker. He hustles hard.
Yeah. So go get some Honest Abe's.
Go get you some wings. I had some buffalo wings, and then we had, it might have just been Abe sauce on the wings.
I mean, look at my Honest Abe's shirt right there.
Yeah, I see it.
But yeah. Definitely good food there.
I'm really glad there's no video camera in here, because like I've just been playing with my toes the whole time.
Yeah. But even when we had the video camera, you forget that the camera's here. Just like we forget that we're talking into a microphone.
Yeah, I thought this was gonna be a lot harder.
I know. I felt like you've been nervous to do the podcast.
I haven't wanted to.
Yeah, because you've been just didn't know how it was gonna go. But once you start talking, that's how it's been with everybody. Like, it just starts flowing after a while. Unless you have fucking dogs fighting in the background.
Did y'all? If y'all are listening, like there was some like springs bouncing just out because I have a 70-pound dog jumping on a cot like she's 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Springs are probably about to fucking pop off. And my standard poodle's hiding underneath the bed because she won't leave him alone.
It's just a mess.
Anywho.
Next time we record, because we'll record soon now that you have a custom
Oh yeah,
to
like
it.
I'm about to take over. Anywho.
Yeah, you about to take over the Life Never Ends podcast.
Yeah, life
apparently.
never ends. If you want to record a podcast, use Anchor.
You fucking clowning me or something?
Use Anchor. Anywho, I'll use Anchor. I'll make
That's
my own
my-
fucking podcast.
That's my podcast host. Is that a problem, Cheyenne?
You have to say that on all your podcasts?
It is a pre-recorded thing. At the
No, but do
beginning.
you have to?
If not, I don't get paid the few cents. that
Oh,
I do
okay.
get
No, I was
paid.
just curious. I was just curious, dude.
I mean, unless y'all want to, if y'all want to sponsor the podcast. I'll promote y'all business on the podcast. We'll do that. Or you can become a Patreon and hit the link in the bio and become a supporter.
This Facebook post says, the moment them lights click on and you hear that sweet sound of the AC. Thank you, linemen, for their hard work. Girl, where are you living at? Where you at that your AC kicked back on?
Probably on the west side. East side's gonna be a
Downtown
little
Thibodeau. Thibodeau.
Yeah, but they've been having so many linemen in Thibodeau for the last 2 weeks.
I mean,
since the
they have
storm
power on
happened.
Koto right there.
Yeah, we ain't far. We're gonna get power soon.
This post says,
But what
Lord,
I
feel...
said at the beginning of this though, it's gonna be 8 weeks. But it's been 2 weeks so far. So we got 6 weeks until my deadline. We're gonna have it before then though. At least where we at. But down the bayou,
Lord, I
it might
feel a
be 8
breeze
weeks.
outside. Let me go put up the Christmas tree. Uh-huh.
It is September. No reason to put up a Christmas tree yet. A little too soon. You got any other Facebook funnies?
Lots of funnies. I'm really am a funny person. My friends think I'm hilarious.
And your friends think I'm hilarious. What, not making everybody crack up earlier?
Yeah, we're not gonna get on the topic
Yeah,
of you.
I was making some funny shit. When I said something about
No, we're not going there. We're not going there.
That was funny though. Was it?
Yeah, it was hilarious.
All right.
Tell them how I was holding a pocket knife to you.
Cheyenne scares me when she picks up a knife.
I should scare you all the time.
You do scare me.
Okay,
half
I
of the
want to tell
time.
this story on here.
Tell it right now then.
No, not about the pocket knife. About why I was so calm during the storm.
Why?
So I walked into work Friday night. On my way to work, I was crying my eyes out because I just started to accept. I'm not going to say I accepted the fact because I really don't think I accepted it, but I was starting to believe that I was coming home Monday to absolutely nothing. Oh, excuse me. I believed that I was coming home to nothing. I panicked. I cried. I called my dad. I never call my dad about those things, but I called him crying and I was like, I'm going to lose everything I worked for. I'm sorry, y'all. It's 2:00 in the morning.
Damn.
Cried my eyes out and he said, baby, all you can do is you can pray. You can pray about it. It's all replaceable. And I said, Dad, it's not replaceable, whatever. I threw a fit. I was crying. I didn't want to hear all that. So I cried really hard. I went into work. I cried in my boss's office. I said, I just need a moment. I just let it all out. And then I was good after that. I was still very on edge, but I was it was my second table that I served on. It was a 6-top. I didn't even want to serve on these people. I was like, I'm going to go take them. It's fine. I'm going to go take them. It was 2 ladies. They were there first.
We both yawning.
Stop yawning. Like, I
I'm
can't even
sorry.
figure out why I'm yawning so much. It's because you're yawning. It was a group of 6 ladies. No, 5 ladies, 1 man. But the 2 ladies are there. They kept saying, we'll wait on the other ones. We'll wait on the other ones. Well, I waited on them. They were super easy, super nice. Brought all their food to them, and I went up to the table. I said, is there anything y'all need? Y'all need any sauce, ketchup, honey mustard, whatever. They told me what they needed. I went back to get it, and then I forgot what they needed. So I was already, like, just in such a frenzy, I would call it, I guess. I couldn't remember what they wanted, so I started crying. I went to the table crying. I was like, I'm so sorry, y'all. Like, my brain isn't here right now. And at this point, all the warning alerts on everyone's iPhone started going off really loud. And they were like, oh, we just want to eat our food. We don't want a warning alert. I was like, y'all are good. Y'all don't have to worry about it. We're closing tonight. We're not closing anytime soon. So as I'm asking them if they need anything, because I was crying, I was like, my head's not here. She's like, it's okay. Our head's not here either. And keep burping. Like, I'm having a lot of acid reflux.
Just tell the story.
Ew, that was rude of you.
I'm sorry.
my god, y'all about to hear some crickets.
I was listening to the story, but the dogs were fucking.
You've heard the story
interrupting.
probably 5 times, so you don't want to hear it.
But I didn't get all the details. You was telling all the details just now.
So she asked why I was crying. And I said, I live in a mobile home. I feel like I'm going back to nothing. She is really underneath
These
the bed.
dogs,
Oh
bro,
my
I
God.
can't fucking.
Anywho, a little time of no attention on them, they don't know what to do.
You was in a
So,
mobile home.
I told her, I said, ma'am, I live in a mobile home and I am terrified that I'm going back to nothing. And she said, us too. And then it was 2 other ladies was like, well, she's like, we're not all here. Our head isn't here either. She's like, our mom's funeral is Saturday. She's like, but it's being canceled. She died of COVID. She said it's being canceled due to the storm. She said, but she died of COVID. And then before I can even say anything, and she said, we're also here down to tell our 2 brothers goodbye because they're 38 and 37 years old. They're on a ventilator due to COVID. So my mouth was like on the ground, and all I could say was, I'm so sorry. Like, no matter what I say, wasn't gonna. Is she chewing on anything?
Doesn't matter at this point.
All I could think was my troubles are so small right now. Like, my home is replaceable. My shoes are replaceable. All my things are replaceable. I mean, I took my most important things when I left the trailer. So whenever I left the trailer, the only thing I took what I needed and what I wanted. So if I went back to nothing, then I had what I wanted and what I needed. The most important things. So as she's telling me, she's lost her mom. They're about to lose both their brothers. They were going to say goodbye to both of them because they were down from Pennsylvania. I don't know. It was just very calm. Like, she was just very calming. Like, she gave me this very calming vibe, something to make me feel a little bit better. And as they left, like I said, my troubles felt so much smaller than theirs. They were losing loved ones, and loved ones aren't replaceable. But I opened the book, my serving book, after they left, and she wrote me a note, and it says, "You're not going back to nothing. Stay hopeful, beautiful." And that little note, I'm going to keep that note probably forever, because that was the only thing that kept me so calm during the storm.
And we didn't come back to nothing.
And we didn't come back to nothing. And then
We
my
lucked
favorite
out.
part, is that as we pull up to the trailer, I'm walking around, crying because I couldn't believe, like, I really didn't come back to nothing. Like, everything, I still have all of my things. We still have a roof. Like, we still have all of our things in the house. We still have a house. That was before we knew about any of the mold, but we still
Water
have a house.
damage.
I couldn't believe my eyes that it was still there because I, like, pretty much told myself, like, we're going back to
And
nothing.
every trailer in that
Every
fucking
trailer going
neighborhood
down the street was completely demolished. I mean, on side the road, all the houses in Berg are completely torn apart, this and that. So I really just, at this point, I'm like, we're going home tonight. And I'm going to be picking up the clothes that I want off the ground if it's even salvageable at that point. So pull up to the trailer. It's fine. I'm walking around looking for damages on the outside. And I just kept crying. And then as I was walking around, this beautiful redbird came in the tree in front of me, and I was pointing at it, telling you and Braden, I'm like, look at the redbird, look at the redbird. Did you mean to kick me just now?
Scratching my foot.
Oh. Look at the redbird, and you and Braden's like, where? I'm like, you colorblind dummies, y'all can't see anything. Because I kept pointing, and y'all still didn't see it. And then it
take
stayed
me a
there.
while.
It stayed there for the long. They're colorblind too, for whoever doesn't know.
Yeah.
Between, what is it, blues and green, red and blues, or
Some shit like that. I don't even know anymore.
red and green.
Yeah.
Red and green.
Christmas colors.
So they weren't seeing the bird. I was crying because I always say two of my angels are, every time I see a red bird, I'm like, oh, that's Mary Beth or that's Katie. So it was just a very calming feeling. The redbird stayed around the house for forever that day. And then it moved to another tree and it was just sitting there. So I took some pictures of it. And then, like, I just felt very calm for it. And then we went to Kristen and Gavin's and I immediately saw another redbird. And I was like, oh my God, another red bird. And of course, everybody's like, where? It just flew away. But I'm like, that was a beautiful red bird. Like that was a red bird.
You still got
So-
a picture of a red bird on your phone?
Yeah, I have both of them.
Well, I'll use that as the cover picture.
Oh, that's cute.
That was a cute idea.
Yesterday was Katie's. Well, not yesterday. Day before yesterday was Katie's anniversary. Every day.
R.I.P.
So yeah, those are my angels, and I think my angels were there to tell
That
tell me
everything's gonna
it's
be
gonna
okay.
be all right. It's all gonna work out.
And
I
it
don't-
will be.
I don't need an answer tomorrow on what's gonna happen. I mean, they were watching over it. I don't know. Could have been my grandpa. I don't know.
Well, I appreciate you actually sitting down and finally recording with me.
Oh my God, y'all! He's kicking me off the podcast.
It's not that. It's but you already said it's 2:00 in the morning.
All right,
Yeah.
y'all. I gotta
And the
go.
dog's out.
It was one fateful night down.